Hamlet, Act 2, Scene 2, Part 2. In the last episode, I spoke of how Shakespeare lived in a time of great scientific and astronomical activity, which brought about a spirit of revolt against ancient authority, Aristotle, Plato, Ptolemy. And this play shows a spirit of revolt against the meaning of it all, or nihilism. One Nobel Prize-winning physicist, Steven Weinberg, said, "The more the universe seems comprehensible, the more it seems pointless." The philosopher Nietzsche wrote about the increasing scientific knowledge and feelings of nihilism. He wrote, "Assuming that one estimated the value of a piece of music according to how much of it could be counted, calculated, and expressed in formulas, how absurd would such a scientific estimation of music be? What would one have comprehended, understood, grasped of it? Nothing, really nothing, of what is music in it." Nietzsche defines nihilism as the radical repudiation of value, meaning, and desirability. In this scene, Hamlet is having nihilistic thoughts when he speaks. "It goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory," meaning a point of high land that juts out into a large body of water, like a cliff. "This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave, overhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire. Why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man, how noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving how express and admirable, in action how like an angel, in apprehension how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me." Donald Crosby summed up nihilism in his work The Spectre of the Absurd, as nihilism disavows intelligibility or value in nature, seeing it as indifferent or hostile to fundamental human concerns. This is very much expressed in Act 1, Scene 2, when Hamlet speaks. "How weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all of the uses of this world. Fie on it, oh fie! 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely." Hamlet does seem to have quite a bit of nihilism in his philosophy. But Harold Bloom of Yale University states that it is very difficult to generalize about Hamlet because every observation will have to admit its opposite. Yes, he is a model of grief, yet he expresses mourning by an extraordinary verve, and his continuous wit gives the pragmatic effect of making him seem endlessly high-spirited, even as he mourns. While this is absolutely true, there is an undeniable peace and calm that comes over Hamlet in Act 5. In stating what nihilism is, Ivan Turgenev wrote, "Nihilism is based on a person who does not take any principle on faith, whatever reverence that principle may be enshrined in." But in Act 5, Hamlet is taking a principle on faith and is adhering to the reverence that principle is enshrined in. And that principle is God's providential care. In Act 5, Scene 2, Hamlet speaks. "There's a divinity that shapes our ends, rough hew them how we will." And also in Act 5, Scene 2, Hamlet speaks, "There is a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, 'tis not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all."